from sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. It is Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We went live all through the COVID break, and we are at we're at the home stretch. If Jeter was here, he would tell us what flag it is that they waved before they waved the checkered flag. You know, it's like we are at that lap. Tomorrow, Major League Baseball season starts. Just 2 games on the schedule for tomorrow, so we're not going to get too excited. A lot of people asking me, who I like in these games, and I haven't put my premium picks up even for them, and I probably will just have one premium pick tomorrow. That Dodgers-Giants game, I just can't sink my teeth into. We'll talk a lot about it over the next day or two. Way more time than we would normally give a Giants-Dodgers game. But it's just weird when you see Clayton Kershaw listed against the Giants that Madison Bumgarner isn't on the other side of it. I think those guys faced off 250 times. But anyways, we have our normal cast of characters here. We've got Steve Monahan, we've got Rod Zawacki, we got Chris Ruffalo. All here with free picks and opinions. And, of course, we're going to go over that Major League Baseball schedule today. 9 games. I did videos on the Pick Dogs channel, so hopefully you guys have had a chance to check those out. Of course, our premium area is open. So if you're looking for my best bets and best bets from the world's best handicappers, you can get them either over at Pick Dogs or at Sports Chat. All the way over on the far left, on the upper main menu bar, it says Premium Picks. You just click on it. But sports is here. We made it through, and I can't believe it. But speaking of can't believe it, Steve Monahan from his car today. Got to excuse the audio up front. And
good morning.
Steve, good morning.
Good morning, Mitch. How are you?
Good. You're not driving while you're doing the show, are you?
I am not. I'm parked. I'm at a lacrosse tournament in Brick, New Jersey. It's only about 100 degrees outside with my son, and here I am.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Dodgers game tomorrow. We generally, Rod, Chris, and Steve are all here. But, we talk about games the day of the game. That's generally how we do things on the show. We try and cover as much ground as we can. So we'll talk about that Dodgers game tomorrow. We'll talk about the Yankees game tomorrow. Today we're going to talk about today and everything that's going on. NFL canceling preseason all the way around. Normally, I would care because all we would have at that point is baseball. But with NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball, especially the NHL being in the playoffs, which I love, right? We're going to not have NFL preseason. Is anyone going to notice?
No. And they're cutting, 10 players or reducing the training camp rosters by 10 players, something along those lines. So, yeah, but nobody's going to miss the preseason.
Yeah, I think Sean Lee, I like his chances of making it to week 1 without the preseason this year. I think
he can always pull that hammy in practice at any time. We always have the Sean Lee injury watch going on this show, and it's like I think the thing about Sean Lee that really bothers me, and the reason why I continuously go after him is because he's really good when he's in. I know.
He's not like one of these guys that needs to he comes in out of shape and he can't tackle anyway or whatever. This is a guy that if he stays healthy, he's an impact player,
There's no question about it. And to his credit, I don't know who's been more injured than Sean Lee in this period of time, but he always battles back and he tries to get out on the field. And he's going to be a coach one day, I tell you that. And he's a good role model guy. And, this will probably be his last year playing, though.
So, Chris Jones went out on a limb yesterday and said, he said, he didn't just say, yeah, we plan on winning another Super Bowl or anything like that. He just threw out 5 Super Bowls. We're going to win 5 Super Bowls. Just pick a number, 5. 5 Super Bowls.
Well,
I mean, Andy Reid's
got a lofty number.
Andy Reid broke the seal. The thing about Andy Reid that we've known throughout the years is he has he does get to the playoffs a ton. So they're going to have chances. 5 is a lot, but Patrick Mahomes, I mean, he stays healthy. Chris Jones stays healthy. You have, one of the best defensive players and one of the best offensive players in football. Ironically, making Dallas Cowboy type money, right? It's like,
Yeah, but once again, the Chiefs don't sign Chris Jones unless Patrick Mahomes' contract was as flexible as it is to give them the ability to do that. So we made that point a couple weeks ago. I really think Kansas City is going to keep a good core of players together for, 3, 4, maybe 5 years. So 1 or 2 more Super Bowls I can see. 5 is pretty lofty.
Yeah, I can't. I'm almost giddy. It's like I feel like Christmas Eve, less the Hawaii Bowl, and it's just we made it. We fought the good fight on this show. Steve has shown up every single day, rain or shine, from the lacrosse game. Just like all the guys have, and it's just credit to you for showing up and for I don't know, man. Some of these shows have been rough, and I'm the host. I'll be the first to admit. Let's just say I have good days and I have bad days, and some of my jokes.
Talking about your reality TV shows, those were really bare bone shows
I know we got a little thin on material at times, but we made it, and tomorrow will be opening day. I know Steve is a big Yankee fan, came out of the womb in a Yankee uniform, and I know it's a big day for him. And while I'm on the other side of that one, I know Steve is excited about it, and I just think that one thing that regardless of what team you root for, if you live in the city or about the city where the team is, opening day is always a special event. When I lived in New York, Steve and I went to opening day with the Monahan brothers, and I mean, it was back when I was drinking. I don't remember much of what happened at the game. I think we saw Frank Thomas's first game with the White Sox one year on opening day.
Yeah, that's probably right.
And
we start at like 8 in the morning in the city, and boy, is that a long day.
Yeah, it was a long day. I remember uncontrollably laughing many times with his brothers trying to be serious, trying to figure out what we were going to do, and we were just laughing pretty much in their face. But anyways, yeah, I miss those days. And I'll tell you, in Cincinnati, they have a parade, every year, and my wife's grandmother would even march in the parade when she was alive. I mean, it was a big deal in Cincinnati. Yeah. But, I think...
it's great that it's here finally.
Yeah. And
even though it's limited, whatever the case may be, we this is what we're passionate about. So can't wait for tomorrow. I
watched the Royals-Astros yesterday. Watched Jose Altuve fall flat on his face, and kind of enjoyed it a little bit. But speaking of falling flat in the face, I'm going to bring in the Puck Dogs. We'll bring you back in just a little bit for our MLB picks section. We got a lot of games on tap today. 9 games, so 18 teams playing their last or only summer camp game. And we've seen a lot in these summer camp games that's going to help us. I've seen a lot. I'm one of those people that tapes the NFL preseason games and watches them and goes over all this stuff. So I've been watching the summer camp, and I've seen some things that I like. Anyways, let's bring in the Puck Dogs and see what they have to say about their we're still going to cover soccer. We're just going to lighten it up a little bit. Rod, I have to ask you right out of the gate, I love the new name for the Eskimos, the Edmonton football team. How creative is that? I mean, I just love that one. It's like, let's think of a name. Let's all get together. I don't know. Let's just call them what it is. Let's just call it what it is. How about Edmonton football team? I can go with that. I can sell that. Rod, I don't know what the hell's going on here. What in the hell is going on?
Somebody's going to get fired. That doesn't. It's been double E's for the something years. So why don't you pick something that has another E in it? Like you could have been the Edmonton Eagles or the Edmonton Elk or
Well, they could play simulated
the Edmonton football team.
They could play simulated Canadian football, and they can be the Edmonton E football team.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't even get that one. Edmonton football. I'm thinking football team. Edmonton football team. There, got it. What is that?
Why do I have a feeling that Bel Air Direct is going to give him another email going, excuse me, that's not the name change we wanted.
It's like, what is this, man? Edmonton football team. Chris, Toronto people getting a little bit of joke out of this, or what?
I don't even know. I'm thinking if Bel Air Direct had something to do with it, they're going to come up with like a car name to put on the end of it, like the Edmonton Escalades or something, if that's not copyrighted, or the something like that, just so that you get the. But no, I heard that it was only temporary, but if that's permanent, if it's Edmonton football team, right?
I think it's only temporary too, but it's like I can't shy away from the material.
But see,
it's too easy.
But I also read they're like, well, we're either going to be addressed as Edmonton football team or EE football team.
Oh, yeah, EE football team is what I heard. We're going to be EE, and I was like, what? Well, it is double E, but well, pick something. There's lots of things that start with E. Yeah, EE. I didn't even know. They're going to have these new chants, so it's going to be like all these
Who are we?
Chants.
EE.
Yeah, I just, I can't figure it out. But anyways, if you're watching the show, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We're live every single day. Starting on Friday, I'll be going live at 10:30 a.m. with the Spread Knowledge Computer Pick Show, where I do 2 picks a day using Spread Knowledge computer software. I also give you an offer where you can get the software and do all the picks yourself. And then this show will move to 11 o'clock Eastern time, where it normally is when it's not daylight savings time. And it's actually, we moved it up to 10:30 because I didn't have the Spread Knowledge to do. That was really why we moved it up. And now we're going to move it back on Friday, because I'll have games to talk about for Spread Knowledge. But I didn't want to do soccer because I didn't want to even try and pronounce the names. Get pretty much hammered on that anyway. But anyways, what do we got today on tap for soccer?
There's a few games I'm looking at, but for me, I'm going to start in Serie A.
Chris is frozen like a popsicle. Oh, it's too easy. It's too easy. Oh, he's back.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Oh no, we didn't get it. We didn't get anything in. We didn't.
Yeah.
True story. Right before I came on the air, I walked into the bathroom to go to the bathroom before the show, and my wife, like, we have like little night lights in the bathroom because I wake up in the middle of the night. I don't want to turn the lights on and everything. So I walk in there. My wife is like walking out at the same time, scared the living crap out of me. I mean, I was just like, she was like, if it wasn't the bathroom, she would have been on the floor rolling. She was like, you jumped like a little girl. It was like, totally got me, man. Oh man. That's really bad. But anyways, man, speaking of really bad, soccer's still with us. We got MLS today. What do we got in the MLS? And I know the great thing about this MLS, and when they announced this tournament, we did say this, right when they first announced it. And number one, 0 COVID cases, again, are really low. And it's like, so it showed that this can be done. Okay. And we're starting to see it more and more. This stuff can be done. But I knew there would be a lot of interest in it, and there really has been. From what I can see on the website, no, it's not like a Lakers-Celtics game, or a Sixers-Celtics game, or a Bucks-Lakers game, or Warriors-Cavs, last year, or anything like that. But there has been a lot of interest in these in these MLS games, and a lot more interest than we've ever seen in the MLS before. Web traffic, is down for everybody, and it's starting to bounce back a little bit. But we saw traffic in MLS more than we've ever seen in MLS before. Chris, how's this tournament going? I really haven't followed it like I thought I would. But has it been exciting? Has it been? Now today there's 4 games today.
3.
Oh,
3 games today.
I see.
All
right.
3. One's already rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
One's already
2-0.
rolling. 2-0.
SKC,
Yeah, 2-0.
whoever that is.
Sport in Kansas City, I think.
Yeah. It has been exciting. I mean, it was a slow burn through the first round of group stage games, but once guys got their feet underneath them, we've been seeing a lot more high scoring games. We've been seeing 3-4 goals scored a game. We saw the LA rivalry game had 8 goals last week. It was 6-2 beatdown, but we're starting to see more exciting, more fast paced, high scoring games by MLS standards. And it's good to see.
All right, and what do we got today? You got any picks on MLS for the show?
Yeah, I have 2. The 8:00 game Eastern. I like the New York Red Bulls against FC Cincinnati. Both teams need a win to move on to the next round, but Cincinnati, they're the worst team in the league last year. They don't have a history of stringing wins together. New York's just more battle tested. I think they're more built for this kind of tournament. So I'll take New York Red Bulls at +102.
Rod, you got any picks for MLS?
That was the one I like.
All right.
My one pick I like is the Red Bulls.
I'll tell you, when the puck dogs
the Red
agree,
Bulls.
usually even though it's a free pick, not one of their best bets, which you can be found at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs Premium Picks tab. Usually good news. So what else we got today, Chris, in MLS before we move on?
The last game at 10:30. I like Minnesota United to beat the Colorado Rapids. Minnesota United is just a better team. Colorado had a lot of promise coming into this tournament, but they've fallen flat on their face with 2 losses in 2 games. So I'll take Minnesota United +108.
I take the over in that game. I think we're going to see some goals.
All right.
See some scoring.
What other soccer do we have today? Anything?
For me, I got a couple out in Serie A. The first one, I like Sampdoria to beat Genoa on the money line at +150. Sampdoria they've saved their best soccer for the end of the season, and they're playing a lot better than Genoa right now. So I'll take Sampdoria money line at +150.
Isn't Genoa a type of salami?
It is.
It is.
All right. Just keeping it relevant.
It's the only Genoa I'm in favor of today.
I haven't eaten meat in a long time, but salami's always been one of those confusing foods to me. What exactly is this? It's a lot of fat in there, something. A lot of with those white dots,
No, those white dots are not fat at
And the
all.
thing is, when I ate meat, salami wasn't something that I found offensive either. I actually liked it. But anyways, Rod, you got any picks here? Any chicken parmesans or anything going on?
You bet. Serie A, we got Parma playing again today. So Parma versus Napoli. As usual, Parma games just love to score goals. So give me the over 3 in this game. I think we easily get over 3 for sure.
And another one, my last one I'm looking at, I like Torino and Verona to draw at +235. Torino need the points to try to get away from the relegation zone. But Verona just have a tendency to frustrate teams, so I think that's the case here. I'll take a tie between Torino and Verona at +235.
Awesome.
Next one I like, Roma versus Spal. We know how Spal's done so far this year, a whole lot of nothing. So give me Roma to win the first half and full game together. You get a nice -120 on that one. And my last one, we're going to go Lecce versus Brescia. Give me Lecce money line. I don't think Brescia will be lucky to even get a goal. So give me Lecce money line -125.
You got an idiot in our Facebook page. Sorry about that. What else? Anything else?
I'm good for soccer.
All right. This guy is just about the biggest
On to
idiot
the
we've
baseball.
ever seen. Like anyone would care about that stuff. All right, so that's it for soccer for today. We're gonna bring in. We're gonna bring in Steve Monahan, and we're gonna go over today's Major League Baseball games. It's the last day of summer camp. Real baseball starts tomorrow. We got the Sports Chat shirts on the top. We got the other guys on the bottom. And we got the Braves and the Marlins going back at it after yesterday. Holy smokes! I had the Braves in my parlay.
I have to say one thing. It's Genoa salami.
Yeah. There you go. If there's one guy that knows his way around the cold cuts, it's definitely Steve Monahan. So my wife, we were watching Jeopardy this week. They're showing the classic Jeopardies, like the really old ones, and they're like, it's like 1984 and stuff, and they're like, my wife's like, do you remember watching this? I'm like, me and Monahan smoked so much weed during this show. This specific one. I'm like, I don't know how my eyes were even open for final. All right, they weren't open.
Right.
She's like, you guys smoke pot during Jeopardy? Every day.
They smoked it during Wheel of Fortune at 7, and then Jeopardy at 7:30.
Yeah. Anyways, we got the Braves and the Marlins. Do the Marlins recover from that? Chris?
No, I think for a quick turnaround, that's a lot to ask. I'll take the Braves and the money line.
How about Matt Adams swinging the bat there?
Nice looking swing.
How about you, Steve?
I'm in on the Braves. I took a flyer on the Marlins yesterday. That's probably be the only time I'll bet the Marlins all year.
Rod?
This game is part of my MLB exhibition birdcage that's available over at the website.
Nice. How about on the total or the side? Or both?
On the side. On the total again, I'll go over again.
All right.
We were just. I see some more runs again.
See, you could always bait Zawacki into giving an extra pick. Anyways, you got St. Louis taking on Kansas City. This is one of those regional games where they're going to play each other in the regular season. Two teams, they do not like each other very much. Cardinals, we have not seen in the summer camp games. The Royals, well, they were on the wrong side of the beatdown yesterday against the Astros. They weren't stealing signs, but they certainly were hitting baseballs. You know, the thing about the Astros, and this is one of those things that just, it's been the way that this team is. If you can't survive the 8th inning against that team, you're in big trouble. It's like they get in the 8th inning, they just seem to really unload a lot of hits and a lot of runs. And it's like, you need to survive that. You got to get through the 8th to beat the Astros.
You can't help them out. You can't help them out by plunking them either.
No.
You're going to keep hitting them and put guys on.
Oh, they're gonna.
Okay.
They're gonna. People are gonna continue to do that. But anyways, the Cardinals take the field for the first time, and they're home at Busch Stadium in this one against the Royals. I kind of like the Cardinals here, even though it's -185. A little juicy for me, but probably will throw them in a parlay birdcage. Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the Cardinals. I'm going to take them on the run line.
Rod?
This is included in the parlay birdcage on the website. It's on the side. I'll give you a total. I'm going to take the over in this game.
Nice. We got the Cincinnati Reds against the Detroit Tigers. I liked the over yesterday. 16 runs in the bandbox. No problemo on these overs in these summer camp games. As we said, the hitters usually a little bit ahead of the pitchers, and we're seeing. I liked I liked, who was it? Davisky on the Astros. It was like he threw like 8 pitches, walked 2 guys, and Dusty Baker walked out, and like he's still wearing the wristbands, right? And he's like, you know. It's like summer camp. Let me see it. It's like, why is Dusty wearing the wristbands? What the hell's going on there? Anyways, Cincinnati and Detroit, the Tigers staying in Cincinnati. They're not playing in opening day. Like, I thought that the way that this was going, that they were playing each other in the opening series. Not the case, though. Tigers plus 160 in this one against the Reds. Reds announced Sonny Gray, their opening day starter. I like the Reds again, and I like a lot of runs again.
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Reds on the run line. Get rid of that. I think Reds go -1.5, and
Chris,
then you hit the over again.
What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I think the same. Give me the Reds and definitely in the over on the run line.
I'm going to take the over as well.
Move right along. Chicago Cubs against the Minnesota Twins. This is John Lester, I believe, is making the start here for the Cubs. And, the Twins open against the White Sox, so just right across town. So they're at Wrigley for this one, and then they open at guaranteed rate against the White Sox. Barrios, the starter, against Rodon for the White Sox, who have 5 starters who are pretty much level across the board. Not one guy's really better than the other. It's like kind of like, but none of them are really bad. None of them are great. But Twinkies against the Cubs. You guys know I struggle to not bet against the Cubs. I just don't think this is going to be a good Cubs team. I'm gonna take the Cubs, and I'll tell you what. For the next 2 years, you're going to want to avoid the snack bar at Wrigley because I know they're not throwing this stuff out. They pre-ordered. What are we going to do with all this stuff? It's like, believe me, you're going to be eating it next year at Wrigley, and you're going to be like the fans. It's like, when you go to Wrigley Field, most of the fans are from somewhere else, so they don't even care. They're just excited to be at Wrigley. It's like, they redid the bathrooms. Anyways, finally. Chris, Twinkies, Cubbies.
I can never turn down a good Twinkie. Why not? Give me the Twins.
Rod?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Twins as well. Give me the Twins.
Steve? John Lester?
Twins.
Okay, we got the Red Sox. Oh, Cleveland against Pittsburgh. This is an interesting little matchup. Pittsburgh normally very, very fast starters. We have not seen the Indians yet, and this is a shell of the Indians teams. No more Corey Kluber. That's like the relievers in the middle. But like I said in my YouTube videos today, these games where you're switching a lot of players in and out and all of that stuff, the manager, makes these decisions. And Tito is a good manager, man. I know he managed the Red Sox, so we got to hate him a little bit, right? But it's like, he's good. This guy wins wherever he goes, man. He pushes all the right buttons. I like the Indians here against the Pirates, even though I think the Pirates are probably good value here at plus 135. Likely a no play for me on this one, but if I was going to bet it, I'm going to take the Indians in a tactical game. But like I said, I do not love this. Steve?
Yeah, I'm with you on the Indians all the way on this one.
Rod?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, these guys played once already, didn't they?
Yeah, I think
they played one exhibition game.
Oh, they
days
did.
Ago.
All right.
And the Indians whooped them once already, and there was a lot of scoring. So give me the over in this game. Over 9. I think we easily hit 9 again.
Aaron Savale against Derek Holland.
Holland. Yeah.
But the thing about Holland, we know when he's on top of his game, he's one of the best lefties in baseball. But that is a long time ago. Michael Fulmer getting the ball for the Tigers today against the Reds as well. And Jose De Leon for the Reds. So, actually, that could be De Leon's not a bad pitcher. They've got him probably in the Dodgers on that deal, right? That they made with them when that whole Puig and everything. He's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good. He's a guy we'll be watching him. And Homer Bailey getting the ball for the Twinkies today against the Cubs. He's got out of Cincinnati. He hasn't been bad. Meanwhile, something going on here in Boston.
2 no-hitters, doesn't he, Homer Bailey?
Yeah, and he 2 no-hitters and a $26 million a year contract is what he got out of it. So, and then he couldn't win a game after that. But the Red Sox against the Blue Jays, the line is gone for this game. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the game's off or what the deal is. We'll call it anyway. Zach Godley against Trent Thornton at Fenway Park at 7:30 Eastern Time. Chris, anything on the Blue Jays? Something wrong with your camera. You're all fuzzy.
Yeah, you're like really fuzzy.
I don't know what happened to you.
I don't know.
I like the over in that game.
You got super fuzzy. I don't know what the hell happened to you. Weird. Anyways, Rod?
Give me the Jays again. I beat them already. I'm not a Godley fan. He's not so good. They can whoop him up early.
Well, these pitchers don't pitch more than an inning, or so.
Well, it won't take much for them to whoop him up early. He's got an ERA of over 10. Nice.
Steve?
I'm going to say the Red Sox rebound. So I'm going to go with the Red Sox. Definitely a lot of runs will be scored. I'll take the over, too.
Colorado up against Texas. Jordan Lyles getting the ball for Texas. A lot of new names and new faces, on these teams as we go through these games. Up against Antonio Senzatella. Senzatella, we've seen him get rocked plenty. I love the over in this one again. These are not teams that are built for defense. 9.5. I heard, and to steal a line from the guys on ESPN, it seems like the Rangers get a new stadium every 5 years. It's like, yeah, they do. Man. They get more new stadiums than anyone.
It's true.
Chris?
I think.
Oh, Rod, go ahead.
I'll take the Rockies here, and I'll take the over. I think they went under yesterday. It was like 5-1. So I think today we're going to hit the over.
Yeah, I like the Rockies as well. Plus money.
Same here, Rockies. Plus money.
Legend 18 putting a lot of stock into these summer camp games against the worst team, a team that's lost over 100 games the last 2 seasons. So I don't know how much yes, the Astros look good. The Royals lost 104 and 108 games the last 2 seasons. So as much as I talk about 100-game winners, there's just as few 100-game losers, and they've done it twice in the last 2 years. So not exactly the bar wasn't exactly raised too high. So you got to figure that in these summer camp games, like I say in the YouTube videos a lot on these summer camp games, is that what we see here is a lot of players playing in the game. So a lot of it has to do with depth. Obviously, the starters on the Royals couldn't start. Most of the starters on the Royals couldn't start for the Astros, right? Most of them couldn't even start. A lot of the starters for the Royals couldn't make the roster on the Astros as well. So as you go to the second tier of the Astros, they're generally probably still better than the Royals. But you go against the Yankees, you go against, even the other big money teams, the Cubs, the Red Sox, even though they're not good teams, they still are going to have those layers of expensive, good players in there. They're going to, even though they're mismanaged, overrated crap. Anyways, speaking of mismanaged, overrated crap, Ruffalo. Rondon against Hauser at guaranteed rate.
I love the over here. I think we see double-digit runs.
So Rodon is not the starter for the White Sox for opening day, as I thought. He's not. All right. I'll find out who that is. But
I think it's Giolito.
Oh, I like Giolito. Part of the Adam Eaton trade. Man, you want to talk about a trade that worked out for both teams. Adam Eaton has turned into just a beast for the Nationals. And he was great in Chicago. Everyone loved him. He's one of those high motor guys, right? So everyone loves the high motor guy. He's kind of like, he's just like, he's Adam Eaton. He's just, he's an overachiever, right? he's not Bryce Harper, he's Adam Eaton, but it's like kind of would rather have Eaton, you know. It's like it's just a better clubhouse presence as well. Yeah. So how about you, Rod? Adrian
Give me the
Hauser,
Brewers. I'm gonna take the Brewers here. Brewers plus 110 here.
Steve.
I'm gonna go with the White Sox in the over.
This is a tough one. These are two teams that are going to play each other plenty this season. Two good teams, too. I think the White Sox, I think a lot of people are ahead of themselves on the White Sox. I think the White Sox next year might be their year. I thought like 2 years ago that this was going to be their year, but now with the shortened season and everything, I think maybe next year, you know. The White Sox still, they still need to learn to win on the road, you know, and until you can do that, very, very hard to win. I'm going to go with the over as well. A lot of good hitters in this game. And our last game of the night, the last game of summer camp, comes to a quick and tearful goodbye. Patrick Sandoval against Joey Lucchesi up in the Angels versus the Padres. Chris, what are you thinking? Lucchesi looked great in his rookie season, and then last season, not so good. The Padres have brought up some guys the last few years where it's like out of the gate, they have been phenomenal. And then it's like the next year they're injured or like, remember when Denilson Lamet came up? It was like, wow, you know, we were on him, you know, we were on him right out of the gate. People are like, I don't like to start first-time starters. I'm like, this guy throws, I saw this guy. He throws about 175 miles an hour. It's like, I like him, you know, it's like, and Lamet, you know, he throws his arm out, you know, he's 16 years old or something, you know, it's like, how does this, you know, you wonder how it happens. And Lucchesi, another hard thrower, right? He throws with a lot of purpose. So last season, not as good. I think he was just never fully recovered, you know, last year. I'm not really sure.
No, I don't think so.
But
either.
he's a guy with a high ceiling, and, you know, he's a guy with the right pitching coach is going to be a great one. The Angels, you know, once again, you know, Joe Madden, you know, spends a lot of time getting his hair cut. A lot of time getting his hair cut. It's a weird thing. This guy, without being in the National League and with the DH, not so much strategy moves, so he'll be able to make a lot more pitching changes, which he likes, not to change the pitcher, but because he gets on TV when they do that. I don't know. Padres are really, they're one of those teams it's weird. It's like they'll spend money and then they'll stop spending money and then they're massive sellers at the trade deadline like every single year, right? It's just this weird thing. It's like, we're not going to spend any money. All right, Gordon's available. All right. You know, Will Myers. Okay. You know, it's like Manny Machado. All right. You know, it's kind of this weird thing, right? And then the trade deadline comes along and like all the young talent, like the players that you would build with, they fire sale them out. You know, I can't figure out the strategy. I don't love that Petco Park too much either, to be honest with you. But I don't know. The Big A, the Angels. I'm going to go with the Angels here. I really don't like Joe Madden at all. It's painful to pick him.
I'm going to take the under here. First meeting was 1-0.
Yeah, this is an under type. This is an under type game. Joe Madden fan, Chris, or don't care?
Don't care.
Steve, who you like here?
I'll go with the Angels and the under as well.
Rod?
For me, the side is the final leg of the birdcage that's available on the website, sportschatplace.com or pickdogs.com. You can pick it up there. So I'll give you what I like in the total here. And for me, I'm going to go the under. This definitely seems like one of those late West Coast under games.
So we got this question. I knew we were going to get these questions, and you know the way that our show generally works is we only cover games that are the day of the game, unless we're doing like an NFL preview show on a Thursday. You know, it's for early looks and stuff like that. But 99.9% of the time, we only talk about the games that are the day of the show, and it's how we've always done it, and it kind of works for us. A lot of ground to cover. I see our audience has really increased. I appreciate everyone that has shown up, all the people that have come back. I expect it to build even more than this. We got about 90 people watching us, which is about double what we saw during the COVID break. Oh, no, don't be sorry. It's all good, man. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. Believe me, we're gonna talk. We only got 2 games tomorrow, so we need material. That's really what it comes down to. It's like, believe me, if there was 20 games tomorrow, I would throw something out there about it. But actually, I am struggling a little with that game. I don't like the price on the Dodgers. Johnny Cueto coming off of the Tommy John, one of my favorite pitchers, Johnny Cueto. I know a lot of people, they don't like him because he hasn't been good in quite some time. And, seeing Kershaw out there against the Giants, who always seem to get up for Kershaw, but it's weird. It was always Kershaw against Bumgarner. Always, it was like always. Kershaw, Bumgarner. It's like an automatic, But anyways, let's do a little bit of a recap. We'll start with you, Rod. Recap and any comments here on the last day of summer camp.
I will do a little quick recap on the soccer that I like in Serie A. Parma and versus Napoli, over 3. Roma to win first half and full game. Lecce versus Brescia. I take Lecce money line. And in the MLB spring ball here, little bird cage for you. Give me the Reds -1.5. Twins money line. Brewers money line. Parlay those up for a nice little MLB bird cage. And it's nice to see that. Love and see sports back that I can announce and pronounce somebody's name, and we can announce the teams. I don't have to try to be like, hey, what's the name of this Russian dude? Oh wait, he's Romanian.
Chris,
I'm excited.
Chris, what do you got?
Just do a quick MLB birdcage recap. My soccer as well. For the MLB, I like Cardinals -1.5, over 9 in the Cincinnati Detroit game, and Colorado money line. For the soccer, I have Sampdoria money line against Genoa. Tie between Torino and Verona. Minnesota United money line against Colorado in the MLS, and the New York Red Bulls money line against Cincinnati. And I also have a 2-team soccer parlay in the premium area on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place.
Steve?
I like the Braves over the Marlins, Cardinals over the Royals, Reds and the over against the Tigers, Indians, Pirates, Red Sox over Blue Jays, Rockies over Rangers, the over and the White Sox Brewers, and I like the Angels and the under for the against the Padres. My 3-team parlay would be the Braves, the Cardinals, and the Indians.
All right. I just want to thank everyone that's come back to our show. I know it's been a long hiatus, not just for us, but for everyone. We've been here through the whole thing. We understand why people weren't here. We had nothing to talk about, and they were really some of the least enjoyable shows I've ever done, and I love doing this stuff. We had a lot of fun. We talked about a lot of stuff that was not sports related, and I tell you what, I think a lot of the work that we did during the off season, during the COVID break, a time that we've never had before, I think we used that time really well on this show. I really do. I'm not saying that we gave out great picks or we had our best shows or anything like that. I think that we built the rapport between the 4 of us where we have a pretty good comfort, where we can kind of, we can really have a lot of fun here. We know we can have a lot of fun. It's like no one's feelings are going to get hurt. No one's, we can make fun of ourselves. We're all good. It's like we're all good. And I think that's going to just make for a better show. I think you could see, I know Ruffalo's camera is off today, but you could see Rod's picture there, and Steve is mobile. But you can see his picture and his sound way better than it's ever been. Steve has the same setup. He's just mobile today. You can see I have a whole new studio at my house. And we had kind of mini studios for these guys. And, we'll enhance that over time as well. So just really, really excited about everything that's going on. We didn't sit here and do nothing. We didn't call it an excuse to do nothing or to take a break or be afraid, oh, my God, we're going to spend too much money. We don't know what to do. I put away all that money that I made for a rainy day. The rainy day came, And it was weird. I didn't have to take any government money. I didn't have to take any help. I didn't have to cry a river. I didn't have to tell the guys, you can only write 5 articles a month because that's all I can afford. You know, we didn't do any of those things. I'm super proud that we're able to. We brought in some new people as well, and I'm really excited for both the future of both Sports Chat Plays Pick Dogs, and we also have a couple of new things on the way as well. We are going to be having a bunch of guests and a new show coming up in the afternoons. Probably going to be starting that next week, or at least by August 1st. Tony Tellez will be my co-host during the week. Joe D'Amico will be my co-host on the weekends. And it'll be a pregame show called The Whip Around, where we have all the cappers on the site that want to be on the show just on for about a minute or so. And it's going to be a lot of fun, really high pace. And those of you guys that haven't met Joe before, you're going to love him. He is a lot of fun. I mean, he is just a great guy, you know. Really one of my favorite people. So really will be a lot of fun. So like I said, I appreciate everyone. I appreciate all you guys. And I think we all can appreciate sports a little bit more than we used to. I tell you what, there's some, you know, just like every year, every start of everything, there's a lot of new names out there, a lot of new faces, a lot of new websites, a lot of new other people. We're still the original. I still think we're the best. I don't need to sit here and put the other people down. You guys know where you saw it first. You guys know who came up with all the ideas, you know, who came up with all this stuff. And that's why 3 million people a month visit our websites. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much. I look forward to tomorrow saying sports is officially back. And I'll tell you, thanks to the people in MLS and you know, all these other sports that were willing to be the trailblazers here and say this concept works. We can have sports. And I think that even college sports is taking note of that too. And as much as like the kids aren't coming back to campus, they're talking about different types of schedules. But even Mac Brown, who a month ago was saying, you know, I don't want this game. Yesterday, he's on saying, well, I can't play in the spring because I got to prepare for next fall, and I don't want to prepare to play football in the spring because I'm preparing to play next month. So we're ready to go. And it was really good to hear him say that. And, you know, the only one who thinks they should play in the spring is Notre Dame. And I tell you what, I think football is better without them at this point. Have a great day, everyone. We will see you guys tomorrow for opening day of Major League Baseball. I'm so excited.
You got it.